Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to What's Your Deal with Doug Gleason, man. Number one. Look at us go.
Woo!
Yeah, I've been dreaming of this shit for a long time, man.
Long time coming, Dougie.
We'll probably end up making adjustments and doing little things. For instance, I wanted to do it for 2 hours. I was already told 1 hour is long enough.
1 hour should be the
There
standard.
we go. So we've already cut off an hour, and if you want to do 2, you can come twice. That's what my ex-wife used to tell me. That's why we're divorced. I think that's why we're exes, you know. But anyhow, I feel that we're very lucky today to have our first guest here.
All right.
Well, number one, I'd like to introduce my producer, Ryan Demerol.
Yes, thank you, Ron.
Ryan
Demerex.
Demarest, yes.
Yeah, Demerest.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and without him, we wouldn't be here. And my very first guest, Kara. What's
Yes.
your deal?
I know, right? I thought that there would be some.
Well, okay, number one, my whole idea of my podcast is I know a lot of people. Like, I have a lot of phone numbers in my phone, and I don't know any of these people, you know? I mean, like, I know you as the bartender from down the street here, and
Yep, the bell.
but you
Good
didn't,
old bell rings again.
but you also didn't start there as the bartender when I
No,
met you.
That's not how we met.
Yeah, you were just
We met at the bell.
and you've been this lovely woman to me, and you know, you went on a date with me to one of my friends' houses, and
It was the 4th of July. It
Yeah.
was so much fun. All those
Yeah.
fireworks.
at Mike Galvin's.
Nice.
It was awesome.
and
So much fun.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you for
So-
inviting me. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
So on the way there, I told her, "Hey, man, I'm going to probably be hanging out with all my friends. Just go do your thing." And she just found somebody, and holy shit, she had 10 times better time than I did, you know. And I was like, God damn, I love.
What was the game
lady.
that we played that I kicked y'all's asses in?
Oh.
Was it Cards of Humanity or what was
Oh,
it?
you-
Cards Against Humanity?
Yes.
Yeah.
I won twice. Like the
Nice.
2 games that we played, I won both of them.
Nice.
And that's when Mike was. He was like, "Oh shit, she's got us all figured out."
Yeah.
that
And now
was so much fun.
And-
And then all the kids that we were given, we would have them come up and like be like, "Oh, which firework do you want us to light off next?" You know, and they would like, "I want that one, I want that one," and then we would just go light them off. I mean, thousands of dollars worth of fireworks.
yeah.
And I got to light the grand finale. I never let them go. There was like 4 damn crates full of just things with this humongous like lighter thing on the very end, you
Right.
know,
That's how it
Oh,
goes.
my
That's how it
goodness,
goes in
like-
that area.
hundreds of them in these 4 thing crate, and I got to light it. I was so excited. Yeah,
Fun.
I lit tons of fireworks that night.
Time.
But yeah, that was an awesome date, Dougie.
Yeah, it really truly was. But it turned out our love did not carry both ways, you know. But she's found, well, you know what? Let's go back to Kara. What's your deal?
Well, yeah, I mean, I moved back here about 2 years ago from Kentucky.
Oh, no, I think you should start her earlier.
Like what?
I
What would you
don't
like to know, Dougie?
I'd like to know who's your best friend.
Growing up?
I don't know.
Yeah, still today.
I don't know.
Her
your-
name's Jenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did you know her?
I've known her since the 6th grade.
Okay. So tell me what's so great about Jenny in the 6th grade. You got a story
Well-
about the
Is her
6th grade?
number still 8674309?
I
That
got
would be the one that's the
it.
same.
Sorry, bad joke, guys.
No, I like it.
I get it. I get the reference for sure. No, Jenny, like she moved from Colorado the same year to Kentucky the same year I moved from Idaho to Kentucky. And her last name is Halverson and my last name is Fritz. So our lockers were very, very close to each other. And that was like, we were both starting out the 6th grade in a new state with no friends. So anyway, so she kept on coming over and she would like talk to me. And I was really shy at the time. And I would be like, okay, like, hi, I didn't know I had a friend. And she's like, no, you will be my friend. And from then on, we've been best friends.
There you go.
That's
She's like, no, you will be my friend.
I'm not taking no for an answer.
All right. Well, giddy up. All right. So that's how it started. So yeah, she's been my best friend ever since. Yeah, for sure. She's awesome. She's a good person.
She didn't say it as a country woman though, did she?
Yeah, well, because she was from there before she moved back to Colorado for a couple years.
Oh, okay.
And then she moved back to Kentucky.
Okay. So because I love the country accent. It's just so amazingly beautiful. All right. Well, then let's move back to your next story. What do you got?
Right. Well,
Putting you on the spot.
I started the first. Okay, how about this? The first time I ever met you, Dougie.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Matt and I were coming in from we were working at Bauer still, and the first time, and then Matt and I were coming into the bar, and you were out there on the dance floor area, and you were just talking to people, and you were singing and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna like this guy. And we started talking right away. The second I walked in, or we walked in, you were talking to us, and we're like, yep. And that's how I met you. And then I got you to dance in a circle on the ground.
Yeah. And it's really funny because Matt, the guy you walked in with.
Yeah. One of my best friends.
Yeah. He was very offstandish to me. And
well,
but you guys
that's how he
came,
is.
or he came in at least half a dozen times being offstandish, And at one point I just told him, hey man, if you're not going to be cool to me, I'm going to just stop talking to you, And the next time he came in, he made me a magnet button for my refrigerator, and it says, fuck you on it.
Yeah.
And that's when I fell in love with Matt. It's like, okay.
He's awesome. He's definitely one of my all-time best friends for sure.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Very
We've
good.
been through some shit.
Have you ever been married?
No, I have not been married.
Have you ever been in a long-term relationship?
I have. I've been in quite a few.
Any good ones?
I'm in one right now. That's a year and a half
Okay.
long.
Okay.
But my longest one is 8 years, to be
Okay.
completely honest.
And
But the
you're-
one I'm in right now that I've been in for a year and a half, of course, we have our ups and downs, but he's awesome.
Yeah. And so, but the one with 8 years,
Yeah.
do you speak with the gentleman anymore? Do you have any kind of relationship?
Well, we're still friends on Facebook, and he'll like a lot of my posts, and he's with someone too,
Yeah.
which 'cause she was with him through 3, because there was a couple year hiatus that when I broke it off. And so, but no, he seems really happy with her, and I'm really happy for them,
Uh-huh.
and I really like that because
No, hey, I understand.
after 8 years, if you don't feel something, then, I don't know. So anyway, I had to go my different way, and he understood, and he went his, and he found her. And, it's I think they're much more better suited, I guess I would say,
Correct. Correct.
because I needed him at the time. We met in college, and it was awesome, for most of the years. I mean, he came back each time with a lot of PTSD and things, that we would talk through, and, and I
must
wish
have
him
been
the best.
traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, he was in Afghanistan when Katrina happened. So he had the choice between either staying in Afghanistan or coming back to the States in like New Orleans and stuff in Louisiana and helping out in the hazard, like, you know, like the catastrophe that way. So he came back because he actually was a photographer for ESPN when he wasn't doing his tours. And so he brought his camera and he was like showing me all kinds of like crazy pictures that like of alligators and bodies and things, you know, like that he came
Things
back and
you
he's
didn't
like,
want to see.
he's like, I can't believe this is like the United States of America, you know, because it did not seem like that. I mean, it seemed like a war zone type deal, you know, after the hurricane came through and everything.
Right.
So anyway, he had a lot of that when he came back. But no, I wish him the best. I think, you know,
See,
I know he wishes me the best. We're still friends on Facebook, you know, but no, do I talk to him? No, I don't need to.
Yeah. Oops. We need
You
to
know.
buy a new table. I don't like this one.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
we're gonna get some really thick and beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I was sitting here just prior to you getting here today, and one of my exes called me up, and we were together for like 10 years.
Which one?
Her name's Gloria.
No,
Uh,
your life.
No, I don't know that I loved her. She was just a truly amazing
I thought
woman
that was the one.
for 8 years.
Oh,
And
8 seems to be the
and the
non-magic number.
the last 2 years were pure hell, you know. But I finally got my ass out of there, you know. But she has called me back because I think she remembers 8 years too, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the 2 years of her cuntism, you know.
Takes 2 to tango, Dougie.
But like I tell her, the 8 years you gave me made me into the man I am today. And I choose to never think about the 2 years that preceded. And I've told my second wife that, and my first wife, I just say, I don't know, you gave me 2 decent boys because we never talk. And I've kicked the shit out of her husband a couple times. So we're not on speaking terms, but okay. So after that, though, let's get to some.
Yeah, well,
happy
you know
time.
what? For us, though, like I didn't have bad years. It's just we just grew apart.
Okay.
You know, I'd moved up to Chicago for a job, and he still lived in St. Louis.
Yeah, that's not much.
That's hard,
of a rate.
you know. So we just kind of grew apart. But I'm glad that I didn't have 2 like shitty years. I don't know if I would have been able to put up with that. It's a long. That's
It's
a
a
long
lot
time
of
to have
years.
shitty years.
Well, she got breast cancer.
Okay.
And then, but the thing was, is she's like a tight knit Mexican family. And so like she'd go for like to get her chemo or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
And her whole family would be there. And the only guy that was missing was me. And the reason I was missing is nobody could pay the payments on the property we were living on. You know, the lights, the electricity, the property taxes, that was me. So I had to go to work every single day.
Yeah.
And then so she became a breast cancer survivor. I think she didn't like her body anymore because she was missing a breast. And that didn't matter to me one bit. It truly didn't, you know. But then she started becoming angry that I wasn't there during her breast cancer situation. And it was like, kind of seemed to me like that Jesus poem where why there was only one pair of footprints in the sand, you know?
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
that's
without
an endearing
me,
way to look at that.
without me, we wouldn't have this house. And then at one point she actually told me, and I'm sorry, I don't want to make this about me and we'll fix this in future ones, but she told me, I don't even charge you rent to live here. It's like, what are you talking about? I pay every goddamn bill that comes into this house. It was, above $1,000, And I told her, well, how much you want me to pay rent? And then you take care of everything. She came up with a numbskull number. And I said, cool. But here's the deal. I don't buy the beer anymore for you. I don't buy the food for you anymore. And I give you this money at the first of the month. And the thing is by the 5th of the month, she'd be fucking completely flat broke. And that's what ended up, Doug sleeping on the fucking couch in the living room and shit, but I stood tall by it,
Well, some people need to learn how to manage money.
All she needed to do is say I was wrong and say that you don't even pay rent.
Or learn to manage money.
Well, no. Because what it was is she had a $4,000 a month fucking house life that I was paying for and had no problem with it. And then said, I don't pay rent. When you come home every day and you got a beer and you got your milk and you got your food and you got your lights on, your gas on, and everything just working 100% completely, you can't tell that person they're not paying rent,
No.
And so anyhow, that's what happened to my relationship. So let's go to something more happier. What do you got?
I don't know. What do you want to know?
I don't know. I feel like I bummed you out.
No, of course you didn't.
All right. So
You'd never bum me out, Dougie.
what brought you here to Highland?
Family.
And which part of your family?
My immediate family. Like I moved out here the first time with my sister. She was moving from Nashville and I was moving from Chicago. And came out here and my parents moved out here. Oh goodness. I guess about maybe 18 years ago.
Well, you say your immediate family. Can you explain it a little deeper? Is
Yeah,
your
my sister and I
mother-
moved out here.
No, just tell me, your mother, your father, your sister. I don't know.
Vinny.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we got beer guy coming in.
Yay. Yeah, no, like I moved out here with my sister and my parents had moved out here maybe like 5 or 6 years prior to us moving out. At the point my brother lived out here. He now lives in Nashville, where we're from, one of the many states that I've lived in. And so that's how I got out here. And I got a job working for behavioral targeting for Yahoo.
I do not understand what that is.
It's some scary shit. That's what that is. Let's say that you're on any one of the Yahoo platforms, and my job was to if I like the Compton Casino
Mhm.
was one of my big clients. So if someone was doing a search, like a Google search or a Yahoo search, but it's on the Yahoo platform for casinos in LA. If they spent a certain amount of time, we would know how much time they spent per page on each one of the articles. And then my job was to make sure that my customers, the next site that they went to or the next thing that they would go to, I would make sure that I would send the spiders out to give those the Compton Casino ad on all the sites that they saw after.
Yeah, that's a crazy. Yeah, I mean they
Search engine marketing.
Yeah, do they?
And search engine optimization is
Do
what.
they still need people that actually do that, target people like that, or?
Oh, I'm sure that they do. I don't know.
I just
I got out of that.
I thought bots did it. I didn't know there was an actual team that did something like that.
No, because I had to pick the keywords for the customers that I would go to or my clients that I would go to. I'd get them sit down and I'd be like, okay, so these are the keywords that we have right now.
Yep.
Your zip code, casino, blackjack, whatever the case was that, if I did a search, if that came up and it was in that area or
Mm.
around that vicinity, you know, they could pick whatever mile radius that they wanted. And then we would send the ads to them if they were looking at those engines.
Right.
Yeah.
So you talk of that as if you don't do it anymore.
No, I don't. I'm an office manager now for Bauer Pottery.
There you go. Nice.
So I work in the factory.
And that's how you
Well, the
met,
office in the factory.
And that's how you met Matt.
No, I met Matt through Employment and Community Options, which was we used to work with adults with disabilities. That's how I met Matt. Yeah, we had groups that spent like 3 to 4 days a week together for cooking class, for volunteer sites, for community sites, everything like that. So that's how I met him, and then I got promoted to facilitator, and he was still support specialist. And then after that, I got promoted to manager, and then he became my facilitator. So that's how I got to know Matt.
Yeah. I got Matt fucking are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Sorry, I ran something over.
All right. Okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
pottery, do you like it?
Yeah. You know, it's a
think about that.
Oh,
What happened? Oh, you unplugged.
I have Google on, so she's like thinking of she's talking to you guys right now.
right.
Oh.
She is.
What she got to say?
She's like, I didn't think about that. I told you this bitch talks to you every
Yeah,
now
she
and
does.
then.
Oh, it's
They're always listening.
It's the Google thing. The
Oh.
Google Pod, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
always listening.
All right. Well, I don't like her.
Right. We're not going to talk to her again.
All right. Well, I
Yeah.
don't-
Bauer Pottery.
So, and your responsibilities there?
Yeah. I'm office manager over production and operations, basically.
What kind of pottery do they do?
Anything from dinnerware to servingware to like animals. Like we have dog and cat bowls, but it's all ceramic. You know, it's a 48,000 square foot factory.
Wow.
I mean, it's huge. It used to be the old what's it? Orange plant. It's right down here. You know where it is, like right off of
No,
Main.
I don't. No, I know how to get
It's
to
like
the
2 minute.
lick-
It's a 2 minute walk from the Bell.
Okay, but I mean, I literally know how to get to the bar, to the liquor store, and back home.
No, you got us to. Well, you got a phone that day for the 4th of July. Remember?
No, no,
What is that place called? Was it Verizon? Oh, it wasn't.
no, I think it was Boost Mobile. or
Boost Mobile.
something.
Okay,
Yeah, that's when I bought an
you knew where that
Apple.
was.
I bought an Apple phone, and then I
Yeah.
gave it away 2 days later.
Why'd you give it
I
away?
hated it. You know, like I didn't know how to use it.
Do you have a Droid?
Yeah, I
thought you had
have a
a
Droid.
phone. I thought you had an iPhone.
No, I can't figure it out. I'm too old. I missed the curve.
That's right. You don't have an iPhone.
Yeah, I didn't even have a phone for the longest time.
I know, and you would never save my number. It
I
never
ha-
saved. It was weird.
I had a folding phone, you know, and it was like,
Mm-hmm.
shit, man. I don't know. It works. I get a text, I get a phone call. I'm good, man. And then I was at the Bell one day, and some guy looked over at me and he showed me his phone. He goes, look at this app. He goes, and it was two people fucking, you know, and I go, what the hell's that? And he goes, that's called Pornhub. And I owned a phone that day. No more flip phone for Doug, you know.
You're like, this exists?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need it.
You didn't see Dougie for like 10 days. He comes back with a Popeye's arm.
Yeah, but the true gift of all of this technology is Bluetooth.
Yeah,
I-
maybe that's good.
Well, I simply love it because I've worked construction my whole entire life since I was a kid. And I would buy like little, you know, when I was young, man, I mean, we're dealing with transistors and shit. No matter where I worked, you could never get a signal.
Hmm.
we'd get a roll of tie wire and hook it on there and have it up like 15 feet.
We have like 4 radio channels.
yeah, and you could almost hear something, Oh, and it was always my dream, and I'd spend all kinds of money on these fingered fucking things and stuff, and they never, ever, ever, ever worked. But once I found out about Bluetooth, it's like, okay, it's fucking on now,
Yeah.
And I've spent a
Technology.
pretty penny on that shit. But
Technology is just so advanced.
Yeah.
And it's just like leaps and bounds from what it was stagnant for I feel like such a long time. And now it's just like
yeah, now I'm
Now it's just
almost afraid of
ridiculous.
it. Especially after talking to you.
and dude, that was like 9-10 years ago
The only
that I
per-
was selling that. That's how long it's been. Because since then I worked for adults with disabilities, and then I went to the factory,
Oh,
like management in the
yeah.
office. But yeah,
At some point, I thought you told me you were working 3 jobs.
I do.
So what's your second job? And don't count that one as the bartending part.
No, I have the Bell is
Yeah.
one job. I'm an office manager for Bauer Pottery. That's my second. And then I also Rover, which is dog
Oh,
training,
the
dog
dog-
boarding.
Oh, the dog stuff.
I have a dog at my house right now that they've been with me for years. And Argo is his name. He's a Labradoodle. And oh my goodness, he's so badass. He is. I mean, he's just awesome. And every single time they need me to take him, it doesn't matter. I'm on it because he's just the most remarkable dog. But I'm training a Bouvier puppy right now. He's 13 weeks old. He's a lot of work. But yeah, no, so I do Rover. So it's anywhere from house sitting to watch their animals to boarding. I do most of the boarding.
Training.
To training. I do a lot of training, I do walking. It just depends on the app. It's you pick and choose what you want. And then based on that, if the person is offering that service in your vicinity, then I get it. My name will come out to them, and they're able to pick me if they want me to watch their dogs.
I have a
or
question.
cats.
How do you get started on that? Because I was trying to do it for a long time, but every time I got any inquiries, they always backed out because I was a first timer. So if I had no
Right?
if I had no other ratings or experience,
Talk like a country boy, son of a bitch.
No,
I
I'm
was
hearing
a
you.
first timer.
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, see, that's working for me.
So it was harder and harder for me to actually find anybody who would trust me to house sit their dogs or walk their dogs
Mhm.
because
Nothing but 5 stars
what but
for
how do,
all the years I've been doing
I mean
it.
I can answer my own question here. You're pretty blonde. So
Nope. You want to know how I got my start? Smarter, not harder. So anyway, my neighbor.
That's
Okay.
why we got this
I
podcast.
love this.
See,
Okay,
we get
this
to
is one of my
learn
favorite
shit.
stories of all time.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, see, this is what I've been waiting for.
Okay. Yes. So, anywho, we live on a cul-de-sac, and our neighbors, they have 5 kids, but one of them's in college. Well, she was, and now she's here. But anyway, so at the time, he had 4 kids, anywhere from a 14-year-old to I think she was a 5-year-old at the time. And they all wanted another dog, which they had already given away 2 different previous dogs before because no one would ever take care of it. And then his son Isaiah
That drives me crazy because it's always I know so many people who love dogs, but they're not dog people.
right.
They
You
can't.
have to be a dog.
They can't.
Mine go for 2 walks a
train.
day.
Yeah.
Mine, I'm out there every single day, for
Yeah,
hours on end, all the time.
I raised an English bulldog, and now he lives with my grandparents. But he's the laziest piece of shit now. But he was so I thought I'll get this dog and he'll be lazy and he'll be just like me. I don't have to walk him. But no, I still had to train him. I still had to get him. I tried to crate train him, but he was so stubborn. I just I found my way for us to kind of engage with each other and stuff. And I was walking him twice a day. And if I was a minute late from work on my lunch break, he shat the house. and but like I did that time to work with this dog rather than give him away, you know, because I loved it.
Lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is. And so they weren't willing to do it.
Yeah.
Isaiah wanted her name was Nala at the time, wanted Nala, but didn't want to take care of her. So she kept on running. Like she would they would let her outside during the day and she would dig underneath their fence like every single day and run to my house because she not only loved me, but she loved my boys. And so this is when I was working from home and I would be FaceTiming my older sister like almost every single day. Well, I mean, Monday through Friday, I would say at least like 3 to 4 days a week, I'd FaceTime her. And so I was working from home and this dog, like I always knew when she was there because my boys, I have 2 small dogs myself. They would always they had a certain bark for her. Like, you know, like I was like, oh, I know Nala's at the door.
Like they could talk.
They knew she was at the door.
Yeah.
So anyway, my sister, like I would let her in and I would wait for them to get off work because they would find out there was another hole in their underneath their fence and they always knew where to come because she was always coming to my house. Yeah. So anyway, my older sister fell in love with her and she lived in she still lives in Mississippi, but she lived in Mississippi at the time too. And she was just like fell in love with her. And she's like, well, you know, if they don't want her, when I come down for my bachelorette party, because she was engaged at the time, she's just like, I want to take her with me. And I was like, okay, well, I'll pitch it to Alex.
Yeah.
So the next day I told Alex, and I was just like, I'm just letting you know, like, because he had to pick her up from my house again. I was like, well, you know, just in case you want, like, she really enjoys it here. And my sister, which is a humongous animal lover, like she has 2 dogs herself and they're just her babies. I mean, she makes their meals like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like that's how like diehard like for her babies she is.
She actually like makes the meals.
Yep. She hand makes the wet dog food for them.
Yeah.
Like blending it with all the stuff.
I didn't even do that for all 3 of my kids.
But she does. And then she knows like JoJo can't have onions and Pepe doesn't like eggs, you know, and it's like she knew what both of them wanted. And like she would make breakfast, lunch, and dinner for them on top of her like fiance or husband.
I tried doing that with my dog for a bit because, you know, bulldogs have sensitive stomachs.
Yeah, they do.
And you know what I found was the more organic stuff made him shit way more than the regular dog food. So I found some stuff that he was on a regular schedule for, but like by me trying to make the organic and give him eggs and shit like that would give him diarrhea.
Okay. Yeah. And sometimes it does. But yeah, so I told Alex, I was like, listen, my sister would really like Nala if y'all ever decide that you don't want her. He's just like, well, let me talk to the wife. I'm like, all right, you do it. So the very next day, he's like, she said that she didn't care either way. So I'm going to make an executive decision and say that your sister can have Nala. He's like, I'm doing her an injustice. She tries to get away every single day to come to your house. Like, I was like, you made the right choice because she will be so happy there. I'm not kidding. And so when we went to New York for my sister's bachelorette, she flew out here because we went to Stagecoach that year.
Oh, it's a big festival.
Yeah, it's fun.
Did she bring Nala?
Well, no. Okay, so but she was supposed to get Nala, but then we were like, we don't want her in New York City. We don't want her during her bachelorette party. I was just like, you know what? I'm coming out there in August, which is 2 months away. So let me go ahead and I'll keep her until then. And then I'll fly her out when I fly out to Mississippi.
Oh, I see what you did.
So she was like, okay, that works. You know, it's like, I know it's hard for it's 2 more months without, because she was already in love with her, you know, and it was 2 more months without her actually having it. So now this is where Rover comes all into play.
Okay.
So I was trying to break into Rover at the time. And this is, you know, a couple of years ago. And I didn't have anyone. Like no one had hired me before, you know, because I had just gotten on the service. And I told my sister, I was like, listen, you get like, there's a code that I can give you as a new timer that you can get like a free 1 session. So you need to sign Nala up for that because I am watching her.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
See what I did there?
Yeah, perfect.
So I am watching her, you know,
Yeah.
and she's just like, and I was like, so we experimented with a couple different things because every like, you know, like once every 2 to 3 weeks, she would hire me for a walk, and so I would learn how the walks went. Which they have your navigation.
Way.
All they show you every itty bitty turn and crevice I take and how long it is, and then I can put in there if they pooped or peed or you know like anything like that or took a drink at a
Right.
fountain or something.
Yeah.
It's like they have all those things, and I always take pictures of every single one every single time I rover.
Every piece of shit.
No, I never take
Oh,
pictures.
okay, I'm sorry.
But a picture of the dog.
Okay.
But no, like I mean, but the
every,
walk
every
was
time
cool.
she submits it, it's a picture of you.
Well, I'm more of a Grover than a Rover. Yeah.
There you go. But anyway, so that's how I broke in because she was a reoccurring and her last name was different from mine because she had just gotten married.
Perfect.
By the time I actually started rovering for her,
Yeah.
her married name was completely different than my last
Right,
name.
right.
So then, you know, and then she would do that. So reoccurring, giving me 5 stars and then
That's
write
odd,
reviews
yeah.
and stuff. So that's how I got started. In it.
Got it.
And then the first walk that she ever got on, like Rover paid for it. Like
But-
I didn't have to pay for it. I still got paid. She got it for free, and that's how it all started.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that's not even for the money. That's just for the love of it, huh?
Of course.
Yeah, because
You know, I
you're
love
just
all
a-
3 of my jobs, all in different ways, you
Yeah.
know?
But you can make some pretty good money doing Rover, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You make some real good money.
so like your third job, the bell.
Yeah. I bartend.
Yeah, you get to meet guys like me, man.
Exactly.
You know, rough and tumble, the Grovers.
Well,
You
I'm
get-
glad I had already met you, Dougie.
Yeah,
Because see, I was on the other side of the bar for I don't know how like 8-9 years.
yeah. But you were just such a lovely woman. I mean, from
Thank you.
the very first second that I heard you say a word, I was like, holy shit. Now, don't get me wrong. When I first met you, I wanted to get in your panties, man. But you've
You
just,
say that every time.
I know, but I kind of don't anymore. And no, and I don't want that to come in a bad way.
I don't
You're-
think it is at all.
You're just such a wonderful woman that I wouldn't want to fuck up our relationship because of a relationship. Does that make sense?
I think we are amazing friends.
Yeah.
And we're good with friends. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't tell me I look beautiful.
No, I will never stop, and I will,
Good. Don't.
and I'll always want to get in your pants. I'm just not going to. You know, I mean,
Gotcha.
I'm an old man. I have restraint.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm look
I'll
Okay.
refrain myself.
now. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm 58. You know. Now maybe one day I'll be 78, and I don't know how old you'll be, but you'll be 20 years older and all useless. Then maybe. You know, you'll be all flabby and all fucked up. You know.
You think so?
No, I don't. Only time can tell. I have
That's
a
not
feeling
gonna
when
be me.
I get to be 78, I'm going to be a skinny, fucking old, probably bald.
You're 18 years older than I am.
See? So in 18 years, you're going to be, no, you're going to
I'm gonna look like you.
Wouldn't that be funny? I'd still be your friend.
Hang on, Doug. This is news to me. You're not 78.
No.
Is that what you told him?
No.
Oh, okay.
I let everybody get.
No, that's just what my eyes see.
No, come on. This is pure handsomeness just going out.
I'm fucking with you. I love you. You're
Ah.
a handsome man.
78 going on 50.
Yeah, that's right. I'm working backwards
Really?
now.
Actually, can I bring something up that I think you guys can discuss?
Yeah.
Well, you just brought up something interesting, I think. Which was you were saying you're now friends, and but you're like, but I would still get in your panties if I could, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Oh, I'd fuck up this relationship like that,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
But
so-
it's going to take her to do it. But the thing is, I take subtle hints like, no.
Or like my boyfriend.
Yeah.
There's that one.
Yeah.
Like weird.
Because I've
But
been there. I've been there.
I also really, really, truly love her
company
man.
and
No,
and friendship. Yeah,
man.
I understand.
Yeah, and my man.
Yeah, her man.
Oh,
Yeah,
that,
Ken's
oh yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Ken-
That too.
yeah. That's a big
Well,
one. That's a
and-
big one.
Well, and it's kind of difficult for a friend, a man-woman friendship to make it through with the boyfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, but I have a lot
That's kinda-
of
that's-
male
But-
friends though.
No, but I mean, like, truly, like,
it is hard.
when I look at Ken,
It
it's
is
like, come on, dude, I'm just fucking around.
He knows that.
Yeah,
He knows that.
I know he knows that.
And
but
he
I,
loves Matt too, which is like Matt and I were best friends before I ever even knew Kenny.
Well, but the thing is that Matt is not as intrusive as I am, man. I'm a fucking piece of shit,
No, you're not.
Yeah,
No,
I-
you're not. No,
I
you're
gotta-
not. I don't believe in that one bit.
No, but I make
No.
I make Ken go through the phases to get to it, man. If you think,
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
because you talk about me.
yeah. But
But I think he's like we're stable enough.
yeah,
Like we don't have to worry about that.
I
that's
think
that's good. I think that's what my point was, is that I've known plenty. I've had plenty of girls who were friends that like honestly I've been better friends with after we hooked up. so like they they go on, they get married or whatever, but like if they have a more secure significant other, then we can remain friends. But if
Right.
not, then usually it doesn't work out. And then I understand that, but also I'm like it's a weird kind of dynamic, like I had an ex that hated me having any female friends. And I had plenty of girlfriends that I really enjoyed their company of. Yeah, I had probably dated maybe one
So
or
and that's why I
two
like
of them?
Kenny
yeah.
but I
because
think, I think though,
he's okay with me having guy friends.
Yeah.
okay, but at the
He
end,
has women friends.
but at
And
Right.
I've met him. I've hung out with them. Like,
Well, and
and
that's-
if
and
he
that's-
says like, "Hey, I'm gonna go out for dinner with Nicole
Sure.
or Kelly or something,"
But
I'd be like, "You know what?
Yeah, why
Good.
not? Yeah.
but at,
You know, I told him I was doing the podcast. No problem. He's doing the jingles for you.
yeah,
It's
well,
all, it's all about being like. I think it's all about being like.
There's a
It's
big
being
trust.
secure,
Yeah,
and
security and trust.
being secure and trusting your
Yeah.
your
but
partner.
I also think at the end of the day, like, I mean,
I mean, all you have to do is look
When-
at us when we look at each other.
well,
Like,
no, but
that's-
no, but when I think of you, I think of Ken.
Yeah.
I mean, you and your old man.
It's been such a big part of my life
I'm-
since I moved back from Kentucky, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm a,
Yeah.
I'm just a single guy, but I think of you guys as a true couple.
Well, yeah,
And I
we're
would-
together.
Well, and I would never, ever, ever break that sanctity of that.
Right.
I would never, ever, I throw
I know
my
that,
hands up in the air. I'm a gentleman,
No, that.
at the end of the day, Hell, I was at that
And you're
bar-
my friend.
I was at that bar one day, the Bell.
What's the bell? Where's that?
Yeah, it's down the street there. It's on Palm Avenue in Island.
No way.
Yeah,
A
it's
new spot? Did it just open up?
the greatest bar ever. But I was sitting there and this drunk girl came in and she looked at me and she goes, "You have the greatest blue eyes I've ever seen, man." And I said, "Yeah, there you go. Let me buy you a beer, And then it started getting a little serious. She was saying, like, "I'd like to take you home," and she's
Okay.
telling me what she's going to do to me and all this stuff. And I was like, "Where are you coming from?" She was coming from another bar where they were drinking like tequila shots.
Which one? Do you remember?
I don't want to.
Okay.
We're
All
not.
right. All right, never.
Yeah, I don't want it to get too close to this person, but
Carry on.
anyhow, she's like, yeah, I want to take you home and suck your dick, you know? And I was like, wow. I go, how about,
You're like, how about you do the dish?
well, no, she was obviously drunk, you know, and I was like, man, this is like rape, you know? I'm a pirate, but I'm a fucking fucked up rapist, you know? So I told her, how about we exchange phone numbers and we go out on a date tomorrow, you know? And so we exchanged phone numbers and the night went on and she was all over me, man. I couldn't get the bitch off of me, you know? And it was kind of hard, you know? not yeah, two things were hard.
I see what you did there.
But anyhow, it got to be about 3:00 the next day, and I dialed that number. And I'm going, and she's all, hello? And I'm certain she was looking, Doug? Who the fuck's Doug, you know? And I go, yeah, we hooked up last night, remember? We hooked up last night, remember? And she goes, oh, yeah, about that. And so that made me feel really good, too, you know?
What part? What part made you feel really good?
That I didn't fucking let her suck my cock the night before, man.
Because she wouldn't have remembered?
No. She would have remembered.
Right, but you wanted to take it a little bit. I mean,
no, I would
in this
have.
day and age,
No,
you never
what?
know.
What,
But anyway, continue.
okay,
Continue.
what really would have been nice is if she went, yeah, how about I come over and suck your dick? That would have been the best case scenario. But I knew it wasn't going to be because she was, I don't want to, number one, I don't know. I'm not into fucking drunk people, you know?
Yeah.
I like buzzed people like me. It's like, you know, where you're going, oh, my leg, I got a cramp. It's kind of my deal.
Yeah, definitely no. I can't do drunk or buzzed. No.
It's got to be, ooh, I always got to be a little buzzed.
All right, so
Have you-
continue your story. Okay.
I don't even have, no,
No,
I'm just saying like married couples or in couples. Once I meet you as a couple, you're just a couple. I won't ever go towards nothing. Do you ever find people overstepping their bounds with you? Because you are a very beautiful woman.
Well, thank you, Dougie. At the bar?
Oh, I don't know. Probably just through life, I would think. You're so lovely.
I'd imagine at the bar.
How about, what is the most awkward pickup line you've ever heard?
The most awkward one?
Yeah. Like, or, you know, because number one, you ain't going to deal with it. Probably the ones I use.
No. I had one the other night that
What's the
Can't even,
greatest pickup line?
say that now.
This is about your deal. I'm just giving you ideas.
Wait, no. Okay, so I will tell you one of the best ones I heard, but it wasn't like he wasn't picking up on me. He was picking up on my sister, which you met. She just came in from Connecticut.
Okay.
But anyway, so this was, I don't know, like maybe like 7-8 years ago. We were at Lake Alice in Riverside because we were bar hopping. And we were at Lake Alice because my ex at the time lives, she still lives in Riverside. But anyway, lived in Riverside. So I already had a man and my sister was single. And so like we sent her up to get another round of beers at the bar in Lake Alice, the big one, you know, inside when we used to be able to go inside. Anyway, so she's ordering the beers and then this guy walks up to her and like stands right next to her in the bar. And then he stares at her until she looks at him. And then he's just like, and she's like, and then he turns to her and he's like, since you've been checking my ass out, yeah, I'll tell you my name. I thought that was funny. And she's like, what the? She's like, that was awesome. I was like, yeah, that was a good pickup line. I like that. He's like, because he was checking her ass out. And he was like, oh, now that you've been staring at my ass, I'll tell you my name. I thought that was a good one. That's a good one, right?
My second wife, I seen her walking out of a car, and I walked up to her and I told her, you don't know me, but you're going to marry me. You're going to have my baby, my first child. I mean, you're going to have my baby, but I don't want it to be uncomfortable. Can I buy you a couple drinks? And she looked at me and said, well, I ain't going to have to do either of the first two, but I'll let you buy me a couple drinks. And she fucking married me and had a baby with me. So I think that was my best pickup line I ever used.
That's a good one.
Sounds more like a threat.
Yeah. Everything I do is a threat.
But you made sure on those.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, I don't know. I may not be the best looking man. I may not be the prize of the parade or anything like that, but I think I'm a pretty decent dude.
And you're my friend.
And you're my friend.
You'll always be my friend, Dougie, and you know that.
And
I love you. I really do.
I truly love you as well.
You're very special to me.
We got 10 minutes before wrap. So
all right, we got 10 minutes. So
Alrighty.
now that we're all in love with each other, who do we hate? No, we don't want to talk about people we hate.
Let's not go negative here.
we hate Ryan over here in the corner.
I hate professional bowlers.
Yeah, those assholes.
Yeah.
Now get me on some Wii bowling.
Yeah.
Oh, Wii bowling.
There you go.
Let's look that shit up right now.
Oh, you have it?
Okay, so
Okay,
Dougie,
hold on. Yeah, you tell the story, Madeira.
Dougie and I,
It's your deal.
it's my deal. Okay, so Dougie and I we used to do the Wii bowling all the time. But so we got so good that, like 300s would like fly down like there was nothing. I even would do left-handed and still bowl 300s.
And I still bowl right-handed, and I'm a left-handed person, and I bowl 300.
Yeah, see, I bowl both 300s on both, right?
Yeah, I know.
So then, because it used to be like the winner of like whoever, like let's say you got a 286 or a 294 or something, the winner bought a beer. Well, we were getting so good that it was just like, this is boring.
Yeah, well,
because
and I don't want to keep buying you beers.
So then I was the one. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just like, listen, you know what? Unless I get a 300, because I normally beat everyone all the time. Like that was no questions. I was like, but unless I get a 300, that's when like anyone that bowls a 300, I'm going to buy them a beer while I'm there. And then that's our rule,
Yeah.
So whenever Dougie bowls a 300,
well, I think
how many 299s have you had? How many 299s have you had?
Oh, and it's so devastating, Ryan.
The very last
Ryan, the very last pin, and one sits up, and then the
all
whole
the time. This guy,
yeah, and then
$2.99.
the whole bar looks at me and goes, "Loser! You bowl at $2.99, and you're a loser."
Most of the time, he's the one calling himself that, where everyone else like, damn, I'd be lucky to have a $2.99. I was like, yeah, but it's not a 300 now, is it, Dougie?
No, it isn't.
No free beer for you.
Then I get all pissed. I got to go take a look.
I agree. You're a
free
fucking
beer.
loser on that one, man.
No. I mean, his average, like everyone else is like, like teetering on like bronze and shit, where Dougie's gold.
Well,
Good as gold.
When I got introduced to the Bell Bar, I walked in there. I won $1,000 at the San Manuel Casino.
Yeah,
I hit a royal flush on the poker machine.
Nice.
Yeah, and I won $1,000. Now I had just moved in to Highland the day before, or the night before, actually.
Oh, wow.
And I called up my roommate. Her name's Rhonda. I said, hey, you told me there was a bar down the street. And she goes, yeah, you just go down Highland to Palm Avenue and you make a right. And it's about I don't know, quarter mile or so, and look on the left and it's like an old fucking place, but it's got like beer signs out there or whatever. It looks like a bar, you know?
Right. You know.
So I drove over there, and at that point I had really long hair. And I don't know. Everybody thought I was a homeless methamphetamine addict. That's the only thing I can get close to of what the perception of somebody meeting the first time was. So I walked in that bar and I sat down and I go, hi. And they were doing that Wii bowling shit as I walked in.
Nice.
Yeah, but they weren't being nice to me. And as I was sitting there, I was like, wow, what's your people's problem, you know? And they were all old fucking people, you know? And so at one point, Martha said, yeah, what would you like to drink? And I go, I'll have a Bud Light can. That'll be fine. And she goes, okay. And then I looked at her and I go, what's it take to ring that bell? And there was a lot of people at the bar. And she goes, well, if I ring that bell, you got to buy everybody a beer in this building. And I go, well, ring that fucking bell. Because I had just won $1,000 fucking dollars, you know?
Up yonder. That's San Manuel.
And so I'll never forget. She was gonna go ring it, and she goes, I gotta see some money before I do this. I was so fucking embarrassed and humiliated, you know?
No.
I was. It hurt my
Really?
feeling to no compare. Hurt my feeling altogether.
Because
But
normally we take a card.
she knew I didn't have a goddamn card, and I didn't have
Well,
a
then,
card.
yeah, you should have the money, though. But no, that's just protocol. But yeah, go on.
But it hurt my feeling. It's my
I'm
first
sorry.
time.
I know.
No. We've kissed and made up.
Of course
So-
you have. You bought this house from her. I
so
love Martha.
they so anyhow, I just stood up and I put fucking like 906 out. You know, I stopped and got some cigarettes or whatever. I go, is that enough? And she went and rang that bell. She said, my name's Martha. And then she forced me to listen to her poem.
The Bell poem.
And
oh
then-
my goodness. No one can tell it like Martha.
And then
I
they
don't even know it. But-
And then they proceeded to make me do Wii bowling. So they made me a little guy, you know,
an avatar.
an avatar.
And you fell in love.
No,
with the
no,
bell.
no.
With the
Oh,
bell.
no. Yeah, with the bell. But I told him, hey, when I used to bowl as a kid, we used to do this thing called beer frames, you know? And if 3 people, like you bowl with 4 people,
Mm-hmm.
if 3 people get a strike and one guy doesn't, you all have to be on the same team. That guy's got to buy the other 3 people a beer.
Oh, see, that's where it gets crazy. That's
Oh.
why I said the 300 Club.
No, but they would come
How
in.
much?
They would come in with beer chips,
Yeah.
and that's when I decided I'm coming in every day. I'm gonna learn how to do this fucking goddamn thing. And I fucking started kicking their ass and took back all my beer chips. So
Yes, you sure did.
Anyhow.
Yeah, you're fucking good. Like you run the table.
Holly, Kara,
Yes, Dougie.
love you with all my heart.
I love you too, Dougie.
I know you're running out of time. We're running out of time. You
but
said,
it's been fun.
yeah, but in,
Thank you
remember,
for having me. I'm glad I got to be your Maryland.
and remember what you said you were going to do at the very end?
Well, this is Kara, and that's my deal.
Ah, God bless you. Music.
Thank you and good night.
Where's the music?
You got it.
No,
Where?
he's got
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Kara. I love
I'll be
you.
right back. I'm gonna run a pee.
It was has a little rough. I got it piss like a racehorse too.
Well, too bad.
That's all right. I'll add it in, bro. It's all good.
All right, brother. Ryan, thank you so much, my friend.